What if everything you think you know about global fame is only half the story? What if behind the flashing cameras, the thunderous stadium chants, and the record-breaking milestones, there is a young man quietly navigating emotions too complex to fit into a headline? Before you read further, ask yourself this: have we been applauding the idol while overlooking the human being? Stay with this story until the end, because what unfolds may challenge the way you see not only Jungkook, but the entire architecture of modern stardom. And if this reflection resonates with you, share your thoughts, leave a comment, and continue the conversation about what it truly means to stand behind someone you admire. Meta description: is Jungkook more than the golden image the world celebrates? Beneath the fame, the expectations, and the spotlight, who is the human being carrying the weight of a global name? More than just an idol, the human behind the name Jungkook is not merely a phrase designed to intrigue. It is a question disguised as a statement, a doorway into a narrative that refuses to remain on the surface. The world knows Jungkook as a performer of exceptional talent, a central figure in a phenomenon that reshaped global pop culture. Yet the name, repeated endlessly across social platforms and stadium arenas, risks becoming larger than the person himself. When a name transforms into a brand, when it echoes across continents, it begins to gather expectations that no single individual could have predicted at the start of his journey. To understand the human behind the name is to step away from statistics and step closer to emotion. It is to imagine the quiet moments that exist outside the choreography, outside the meticulously produced stages. Jungkook's rise was rapid, unfolding in an era when digital connectivity magnified every success and every misstep. As a member of BTS, he matured in front of millions, his adolescence archived in high definition. Growth that would normally occur privately became communal, discussed and dissected by audiences who felt both protective and invested. Fame at that scale creates a paradox. On one hand, it offers opportunity beyond imagination: global tours, artistic freedom, cross-cultural collaborations. On the other, it compresses personal space. The human instinct to explore identity, to make mistakes, to change direction, collides with an industry that thrives on consistency. Jungkook's image as the golden maknae became a narrative anchor, reinforcing admiration while subtly shaping expectation. The title celebrated versatility and excellence, yet it also framed him within a standard that seemed almost mythic. Behind the polished performances is a discipline forged through years of training and relentless self-improvement. Jungkook's commitment to refining his vocals, enhancing his dance precision, and exploring creative production reflects ambition rooted in passion. But ambition does not erase vulnerability. It often intensifies it. The more one strives for mastery, the more one becomes aware of imperfection. In interviews and live broadcasts, glimpses of self-critique have surfaced, revealing an internal drive that pushes beyond comfort. The human behind the name experiences fatigue, doubt, and introspection. These experiences are universal, yet when lived under constant observation, they acquire additional weight. A moment of exhaustion can spark speculation. A thoughtful silence can be interpreted as hidden turmoil. The digital age accelerates interpretation, compressing nuance into trending narratives. Jungkook's composure in navigating this environment demonstrates resilience, but resilience should not be mistaken for invulnerability. It has evolved from a rising group to a global powerhouse. The dynamics of individual identity within collective success shifted. Jungkook's solo ventures amplified his personal artistry, allowing him to explore sound and storytelling on his own terms. With that autonomy came intensified focus. Success under his own name affirmed his capabilities, yet it also positioned him alone at the center of scrutiny. When achievements break records, expectations escalate. When milestones are surpassed, audiences anticipate the next ascent. The human reality behind such momentum includes reflection about purpose. Why create? For whom? At what cost? These are questions artists across generations have confronted, but in Jungkook's case, they are magnified by scale. Stadium lights illuminate not only performance but perception. The awareness of millions watching can inspire transcendence and simultaneously heighten pressure. The emotional landscape of global fame is layered. Gratitude toward fans coexists with a desire for privacy. Pride in accomplishment intertwines with fear of stagnation. Jungkook's expressions of appreciation reveal sincerity, a recognition that connection fuels his journey. Yet connection at that magnitude can blur boundaries. Supportive enthusiasm may unintentionally transform into relentless demand. To see Jungkook as more than an idol is to acknowledge his evolution beyond archetype. He is not frozen in the image that first captured public attention. He is a young man navigating adulthood, exploring artistry, forming perspectives shaped by experiences few encounter. The world often resists allowing public figures to outgrow initial narratives. Change disrupts familiarity, but growth is inevitable. Moments of visible emotion have punctuated his career, reminding audiences that vulnerability does not contradict strength. Tears during heartfelt speeches, laughter during candid interactions, quiet concentration during rehearsals. These fragments compose a fuller portrait. They suggest a person deeply engaged with his craft and deeply aware of responsibility. The human behind the name also carries memories of beginnings. Training years marked by uncertainty, auditions fueled by hope, early performances before global recognition arrived. Those formative experiences likely anchor perspective amid overwhelming scale. Remembering origins can provide stability when the present feels expansive. Speculation often attempts to decode private thoughts. Yet true understanding requires restraint. Admiration need not translate into entitlement to every detail. Respecting the boundary between public persona and private self affirms humanity. Jungkook's story encourages reflection about how audiences participate in celebrity culture. Are we observers, supporters, or silent contributors to pressure? The question extends beyond one individual. It speaks to a system that rewards productivity and visibility while rarely pausing to measure cost. Jungkook's endurance is frequently celebrated, his stamina admired. But endurance is sustainable only when paired with care. The human behind the name requires rest, reflection, and support that transcends applause. Artistry thrives on authenticity. When artists feel permitted to reveal imperfection, their work deepens. Jungkook's musical exploration suggests a desire to express complexity, to move beyond predefined roles. Each new release carries traces of experimentation, hints of personal narrative interwoven with universal themes, and recognizing him as more than an idol, audiences participate in redefining success. Success need not be endless escalation. It can include balance, introspection, and longevity. The legacy of a global figure is not measured solely by awards, but by sustainability and well-being. The world may continue to chant his name, to celebrate milestones with fervor. Yet perhaps the most meaningful tribute lies in acknowledging the human being who hears those chants. Acknowledgement transforms admiration into empathy. More than just an idol, the human behind the name Jungkook ultimately invites reconsideration. It challenges the simplicity of labels. It urges reflection about the relationship between artist and audience. It asks whether we can celebrate brilliance without demanding perpetual perfection. As the spotlight remains bright and the music continues to resonate across borders, one truth persists. Behind the brand, behind the choreography, behind the headlines, stands a person navigating extraordinary circumstances with courage and complexity. To see him fully is to accept that greatness and humanity coexist, that strength includes vulnerability, and that the name Jungkook represents not only an icon but a life unfolding in real time. And when we allow that life to unfold without forcing it into a narrative of constant triumph, something shifts. The image becomes less rigid, less mythic, and more real. The human behind the name Jungkook does not disappear when the stage lights dim. He simply steps into a quieter dimension of existence, one that rarely trends but defines him just as deeply. There is a particular solitude that accompanies extraordinary recognition. It is not the absence of people, because crowds are constant, and support arrives in tidal waves.